Scholars do not agree with President Obama on this. Let's add up his week. Maybe not just his week. It's been a bad couple of weeks for Obama. Yesterday, the coordinated phony war on women backfired, just as the North Korean missile did. But do you know Joe Biden is still out there talking about the war on women? He didn't get the memo that the war on women blew up on them yesterday. He's still out there saying it's happening and it's going to get worse and the Republicans are going to get even meaner. Biden, by the way, gave 1.5% of his income to charity on his income tax. Employment statistics show that Obama's war on the economy has hurt women the most. This is incontrovertible news. We've had it. This week, there was an unexpected soft jobs report, unexpected rise in the number of applications for unemployment. Gas prices are creeping ever closer to a national average of $4 a gallon. Another report out proving Obamacare adds trillions to the deficit, in addition to being twice as expensive. His attack on the Supreme Court backfired, according to polling data. He was caught on a hot mic, covering up and selling out the American people and allies to the Russians, promising flexibility on missile defense after the elections. Tell Vladimir to hang with me. I have much more flexibility to get rid of our nukes after I win re-election. The Zimmerman affidavit, Alan Dershowitz says that the charging instrument here is so pathetic that it won't get past the judge. Now, that depends on whether the judge has a backbone. We're more on that as the program unfolds. Dozens of former high-level NASA astronauts and engineers and scientists have blasted the politicizing of global warming and have denounced the pseudoscience that NASA now peddles. There's been a revolt inside NASA. The Buffett rule finally now being called a gimmick by everybody. Everybody's admitting it's a gimmick. It's not anywhere near serious. It's not going to raise any revenue. It's not going to close the deficit. It's nothing other than a gimmick. Jack Welch, former GE CEO, all over TV with Kudlow, basically just ripping Obama as incompetent, a lousy leader, nothing but a trickster. And then Obama in such bad shape that he had to try to invoke Ronald Reagan as someone who would have supported tax increasing, class warfare, and all of it. It has not been a good couple of weeks. But the real thing that backfired on him was this Hilary Rosen business, and there's no doubt in my mind that this was part of the strategy, and that it came from Chicago or it came from the White House, that this was something Hilary Rosen was charged with doing. She works at a DNC. She's in public relations. And they showed their hostility, and they showed who they really are, and it just backfired on them big time. So it's not been a good two-way. But, speaking of the war on women, I know this isn't, we like to make points here. I mean, we like to persuade, we like to convince people. War on women, aren't half of the aborted babies in the country women? Little girl, female, aren't they? I mean, statistically, that would be the case, wouldn't it be? War on women? Anyone?